Hey savvy people, it's Savvy Nick here, and today I'll be taking my first look at Garuda Linux. That's right, so many of you have asked me to check this one out that I thought it was time. Thanks for the suggestion because this one, in my opinion, is quite amazing. It has Calameres as the default installer used to install this Arch Linux based system. The process is simple and it is great if you're someone who wants to try out Arch Linux but doesn't want to go through the process of setting up your own base Arch Linux system. If that is something you'd like to do, I do have a video on that and I'll make sure to post it in the description below. And as I went through this install process, it only took me about 10 minutes. Everything's very straightforward since they're using Calameres. One thing I will mention is during the installation process, make sure to shut down your machine and confirm that you've removed your installation media before continuing the boot process, because they have no post-install ejection of install media. And if you're new and stopping by to watch this video today, please make sure to subscribe below and hit that notification bell for more Linux and programming videos. If we check out the Garuda Linux website, it looks quite great. Right in the middle, we can see an eagle displayed right up front, since I believe Garuda means eagle. It's easy to get to the download section, and the site looks absolutely stunning, just like their Linux distribution. Today I went with the Garuda KDE Dragonized version, since it looked very amazing as far as the theme and colors go, at least for me. There are plenty of different versions if you don't want to use that one. They have a KDE Multimedia, XFCE, GNOME version, LXQT, Cinnamon, Mate, Wayfire, Qtal, BSPWM, i3WM, a rec box, and even a bare bones installation. So plenty to choose from. You can select whatever type of desktop environment or setup that you personally like, but I do appreciate the layout of their website as well as this Linux distribution. Logging into the distribution looks pretty neat as well with their custom login screen. I can choose my user, put my password in, and log in right away. If you went ahead and made it this far, please smash that like button. It really does help me out. The ISO file for the Dragonized KDE Plasma desktop is around 2 gigs if you get the normal version and not the gamer version. And since this is a brand new installation for me, I do get this welcome to Garuda. I wanted to get the look and feel of how things are as soon as you get a fresh installation. So it says, do you want to start the setup assistant? Yes, why not? Just to see what we get here. And you're asked if you want to update the repos. Yes, that'd be nice. Here you can set up which are your closest mirrors depending on what country you are in, and you can select OK. Then it will test the mirrors and pull things down. After the mirror update has been made, you'll be asked whether or not you want to update the system. Of course, you can do that at this point by typing in your password for your administrative user and letting the repos get updated and continue with the upgrade process. After all of that, you are welcomed by the Garuda Welcome app, which is absolutely great and one of the coolest features in Garuda. It's a nice tool that helps you take common tasks and commands and puts them into a simple graphical user interface that you can manage or administer the system, and the best part is you don't have to use the command line interface. So if we check out something like the Garuda Assistant, we see here there are various different processes that we can enable and or services of this system without actually having to use the command line interface at all. So for example, if I wanted Samba support, let's say I wanted to send files over my network or possibly an Windows PC, I could turn on the Samba support as well as the service directly from this Assistant app instead of doing it through the terminal. There's other things such as the UFW at the bottom for a firewall. By default, that's enabled, but there's different firewall services. And one thing that I've noticed using Garuda is sometimes you don't necessarily see the scroll, so you kind of have to hover over it in order to actually be able to use it. but when you click on it, you sure know it's there because it turns almost highlighter pink. Here are some of the other system services or packages that you can install or enable. There's also a maintenance section, and also here in Garuda you have a BTRS as the default file system here. This is future-proofing you with an advanced and very powerful file system that can easily create restore points, as well as help you easily manage the file system. If we continue on to settings, we can enable or disable the high DPI mode, and in privacy, enable a couple other things as well. There are a lot of nice tools here supplied by Garuda, and especially since this is an Arch-based Linux distribution, if you're a beginner and you want to stay up with the latest and greatest in development, Arch Linux is wonderful for that. But some people feel as if it's pretty hard to manage that type of a system since it is always up to date. Well, Garuda seems like it really helps in the fact that they give you all these tools here, specifically designed for Garuda. One thing I did notice is Garuda Linux, apparently Garuda seems to mean serpent eagle, which is just that much cooler. We'll go into the settings manager just so you can see what's in here. And this is basically what you would envision on almost any other system, just basic settings here. But if we click on kernel, we'll notice one interesting thing here is it's running the Linux TKG BMQ kernel, which is a custom kernel with specific CPU schedulers and added tweaks for even greater performance balance, as well as aiming towards a better gaming experience. So this is an interesting choice here. It looks like the focus may be a little bit on the gaming and performance side of things with this kernel. Going back to all settings and exiting out, we have the Garuda Gamer Tools section, which lets you get into playing games on Linux fairly quickly with enabling things such as Wine and various different launchers and tools, as well as even emulators. This is pretty cool. You get away from having to use the command line interface to install such things as Wine and other launchers such as Lutris or Steam, and it's all inside of this wonderful app. You also have the emulators section here, so a huge list of various different emulators you can enable for supporting whatever game you're trying to play. Another awesome feature, making it super easy to use this Garuda Dragonized KDE Plasma based Arch Linux system. And if you're new and stopping by, please make sure to subscribe. Continuing right on, I've been talking a lot about the Garuda welcome app. Let's get out of this app. I think we've had enough of this. And once we get out of the app, the background becomes even more distinct here. With at the bottom, we have a very nice dock where we can see things as the Garuda welcome, which we just explored. Alacritty is the default terminal here. We have Firefox, the default web browser, Dolphin, since we're using KDE. There's KSysGuard with the KDE partition manager at the bottom. We can add and remove software. If we click on this one, this is the PAMAC app with ALPM, AUR, Flatpak, and Snap support so that you can get any package that you could dream of installed on your system simply through this wonderful application. Going back to the desktop here, again, I'm trying out Garuda Dragonized KDE Plasma desktop here, and it looks absolutely amazing here. I really like the neon color theme. It kind of looks like the Candy Icon theme pack. Not sure if it is, but the colors are bright, yet they still belong and mesh very well together. The only thing that I can say that bothers me from time to time is I'm unable to read some text with all the blurred backgrounds that are used and the softer white tone of text that they chose to go with in this theme. Let's go down to the default Alacritty terminal and launch one real quick. And if we open up their default terminal Alacritty here, we'll see that they have Fish as their default shell. We get some information spit out right at us, and it tells you what operating system you're using, the current kernel, uptime, how many packages are installed, current resolution, processor, and memory looks very much like NeoFetch. And if we take a look at HTOP here, we can see that we're using about a gig of memory out of the 8 gigs allocated for this system. There's currently 77 tasks with 208 threads, one currently running, and the uptime has been 32 minutes. Overall, the memory usage here isn't too bad, especially with the amount of customizations here to the desktop environment. And if we go back and now let's check out what package repos here they have by default. We can use pacman syy for that. Let's see here, sudo. In front of that, I'll type my password in. I do like the fact that it shows you that you're typing a password in, but still hides it for you. And again, the fact that they use fish is pretty awesome. It looks spectacular with the current theme and matches the rest of the desktop very nicely. So we see we have the core repo, extra community, multi-lib, and the chaotic AUR repo, all available by default in this Garuda Linux distribution. ZRAM is enabled by default in this Linux distro, and if we take a look at the top left, if we click on the eagle, we get various different subcategories here for such things as development, graphics, internet, multimedia, office, our settings, system, and utilities. And then at the very bottom, we can search for anything that we'd like. Often used, computer, and leave to log out of things here. And then on the right hand side, we also have the settings manager, the volume on the system, your current network connection, as well as the time. And if you click on that, of course, you get a calendar here. Finally, on the left-hand side, we can leave Garuda if we wanted to. If you don't like this KDE Plasma, maybe you think it's bloat, or you're used to some kind of other tools from another desktop environment, again, no need to worry. As we looked at the very beginning, there are many different options to choose from when picking Garuda. It supports some of the most popular desktop environments, including GNOME, Mate, and XFCE. They also have other environments, so make sure to go check those out depending on your needs. Well, this was my first look at Garuda, and I have to say overall, I'm quite surprised at how well this functions and how beautiful it looks. I really haven't ran into any issues with it quite yet, and I will continue to play around with it as the days go by here. Thanks so much for suggesting this. I'd like to shout out to the community who have been constantly suggesting for me to check out this Linux distribution. You were right, it's well worth the look, especially if you're an Arch Linux beginner who wants to get in and start using Arch right off the bat with a very simple user interface. Garuda makes that possible, and that's about it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please make sure to post them in the comments section below. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos and make sure to like the video. Catch me in a great community on Discord, and I'll catch you in another video. Thanks for watching.